Hello and welcome to a new project on my channel. As you can see, we're playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I have not played it before, this is my first time. I have seen that there will be a sequel coming out in October this year, which is why I wanted to try this one out. The second game is not much of an RPG, but the first one is, this one, so I thought like it would be a good fit for our channel. Let me just check the audio because it was pretty loud. I don't know if it's going to be wired, if that works. Well, we'll see. Yeah. So this is going to be my first playthrough of this game, fitting for October, I believe, as it is going to be a little bit of, spooky. And I have checked the options already. I have made my key bindings. Let's go ahead and start the game. The world of darkness is a place where immortal monsters pull the strings of humanity. Violence and despair are common here. The world is bleak, but I couldn't read it for okay. A new game starts with creating a new character. Would you like to answer a series of questions about the type of vampire you would like to play and allow the game to create your character? Go directly to the character sheet and set your character's clan, gender, history, attributes, abilities, and disciplines yourself, or spoilers, replace some bloodline missions as a human hunter from the Society of Leopold. I have no idea what this is about, and I want to play the game normally first. This, with the series of questions, reminds me a little bit of Morrowind, but I want to create my own character. Let's go ahead with this. Alright, so first of all I wanted to mention that I have installed some mods. Nothing about quest mods, just the unofficial patch to fix some issues, as well as some mods for, well, how do I call this? Visuals, basically. Just some updated visuals for several things in the game. Also, I'm using a reshade to make it look a bit more sharp. Alright, so what can we do here? We have clans, which are basically the classes. We have 7 to choose from. The first are the Bruja. Bruja are passionate idealists and rebels, more likely to fight for their rights than write protest songs. In life, most Bruja sought social change, and in undeath, most clan members commonly seek the creation of a vampiric utopia. As militant radicals, they are renowned for their combat skills, but are also more likely to frenzy due to their hot-bloodedness, so to speak. They receive a +1 to their unarmed feats, but are penalized with a -2 to all frenzy checks due to their zealous natures. Okay, so they look to me like the melee type, the tanks basically. We could also use females. Let's see how they look like, if the game doesn't crash on me. Okay. Interesting. Next class, or clan, would be Gangrel. Gangrel are wild loners that are the most in tune with the beast within, allowing them to shapeshift into more beastly forms. Nomadic in nature, Gangrel care little about vampire politics and prefer to dwell and hunt in the outskirts of society. Because of their animalistic nature, they receive a +5 to strength, stamina, and wits during frenzy. However, because of their inherent feral nature, Gangrel receive a -1 on frenzy checks. Alright. Females will look like this. Alright. Then we have the Malkavian. Malkavians are known as lunatics because of their ability to hear voices of insight and subject others to their insanity through their discipline, dementation. The world appears much different to the Malkavian than it does to the sane clans, though the extent of a Malkavian's madness depends on the individual. A blessing and a curse, a Malkavian's insanity will help or hinder them, depending on how much they struggle against their nature. Malkavians start with a +2 bonus to inspection. They're interesting, but I'm not sure if that might be good for a first playthrough, as they are crazy. But let me check the other options. Female would look like this. Okay. Next one would be Nosferatu. Oh yeah, they definitely look like that. Nosferatu. Hideous, skulking, and powerful. Even in a world of monsters, the Nosferatu stand out. The embrace twists and deforms their physical features, forcing them to seek sanctuary underground. Nosferatu are masters of the shadows. Due to their curse, Nosferatu have a seduction of zero and can never raise it higher, and they hide their existence from common humans. Having shared the darkness with vermin for so long, vampires of Clan Nosferatu are able to draw extra nourishment from rats. Ugh, I'm not eager to play those, to be honest. Okay. Then Toreador. Toreador picture themselves as artists and visionaries, and they value the high society mentality that the Camarilla reinforces. Of all clans, the Toreador are the most connected to the mortal world through arts and entertainment. Toreador are beautiful creatures, svelte and seductive, and move almost effortlessly through the society of the living. The Toreador's empathy is both a gift and a burden. All humanity shifts are doubled. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I guess we'll check it out soon. We will find out soon. Females look like this. Okay, they are seductors, basically. Next is Tremere. Blood sorcerers born from mystic rituals and diablerie. The Tremere are the least trusted of the Camarilla clans. The ritual the Tremere used to transform from living mages into undying monsters stripped them of their magic arts. To compensate, the vampires of Clan Tremere developed thaumaturgy, the powerful discipline of blood magic. The clan guards its secrets jealously and are the only kindred to wield this powerful discipline. The pursuit of arcane knowledge comes before all else, and the reliance upon it has weakened the bloodline. Tremere can raise no physical attributes above 4 points. Interesting. Female? Looks like this. Okay. That looks very interesting to me, like the mage class, basically. And the last one, the Ventru. Truly the upper echelons of society, the Ventru are seen as the honorable and virtuous leaders of the Camarilla. They wholeheartedly support the Masquerade, influence the mortal and undead worlds to help them maintain the Masquerade as well as garner support for themselves. Clan Venture is an exclusive and powerful gathering of immortals, and even the lowliest initiate of Clan Venture can expect special treatment in kindred society. This regal bloodline, however, gains no nourishment from the lowborn and thin-blooded. Venture gain no blood from feeding on animals. Feeding on low-life humans, prostitutes, and the homeless. Okay, seems like we're gonna have some. Well, I hope that's not gonna be a problem on YouTube. Can cause the Venture to vomit. Okay, so they have to go for high society humans to nourish themselves. Alright. I think I'm going for the magic one, the Tremere. And maybe if I'm going to like the game and I do a second playthrough, I would of course install a lot of mods with quests and so on. Might go for the Malkavian, but in this one I want to go for the Tremere, the mage one, and I go for a male one because I'm male. I like to go for males on my first playthroughs. Sometimes on RPGs I go for females, especially if I do spin-offs, if I do like sequels. If yeah, in Dragon Age, for example, I played a male in the first game and then went to female, then male again, female. But for the first time, my first experience, I usually go for male. Can I change the name here? Yes, I can. How do I call myself? I really have no idea. Wait. No, come on. No. Caps lock, that's what I wanted. How about Troy? Why not? I go for Troy. And we're good. History. Okay, how many histories do we have? Homosexual. You always found your own gender much more attractive than the other sex. Although many people still have issues dealing with this, maybe a vampiric society is different. Old-timer. You're the old-fashioned type and don't care about all this new technology. Thus, it costs you more to raise your computer knowledge, but you start with a bonus in scholarship. Country Club Lothario. We're living in the age of soccer moms, and don't you know it? Yeah, hubby might be pulling down 7 figures, but you got an empty day planner and a grin that drops panties like puts on a par 3. Okay, swap the priority order of your abilities to social, physical, mental. I mean, that I like. I would like to go for social. Social, physical, mental is nice. Then I won't get that many magic points, I guess, but I would like to go for social as well. Let's see what we also have. Con artist. Only one thing counts in this life, and that is to get them to sign on the line that is dotted. Swap the priority order of your abilities to skills, talents, and knowledges. Okay. Highway drifter. Between the small towns that dot the Midwest, there's a lot of open space, a lot of long shadows, and a lot of room to disappear. You know you've done it, and you may have helped some other people to do it too. You start the game with 1 point in melee, but it will cost you more experience to buy humanity points, and you are more likely to frenzy. I'm not trying to frenzy. You see them humanity points, I just have to be careful not to lose all of them, because then I'll probably. Is that type. Maybe, I'm not sure if that's connected to it, but I guess it is. Yes, if you lose all your humanity, you frenzy, I guess. Okay. If I'm trying to be careful, I shouldn't lose any points. But we see about it. Eerie presence. Most vampires have no problem fitting into mortal society. You don't know what it is, but you just can't pull it off. You're doing everything they're doing, but something about you seems to make humans uneasy. Sometimes it seems like they can just sense you. You are a perfectly affable, intellectual human, so what gives? It costs less experience to raise your mental abilities, but it costs you more experience to raise your social abilities and your stealth ability. Okay, that's the opposite of what I want. Deceptive strength. You used to be quite clumsy, but the embrace gave you unnatural reserves of physical power. You can never raise dexterity and perception above 3, but when you use bloodbath, it lasts longer. I'm not sure what bloodbath is, so. Eldritch Prodigy. You have a natural gift for the dark arts of thaumaturgy and can use it to greater effects than most Tremere. Well, that means I am probably not sure if I would get this if I was not a Tremere, but, well, thaumaturgy is your all-consuming passion to the exclusion of nearly every other pursuit. Oh, you start with an extra point in thaumaturgy, however you suffer a 1 point penalty to any experience award of 3 or more. Maybe I'm not going for that then. Infernal. Your forebears paid an awful price in their quest of power. For power. The deal still holds, and you'll continue to pay for all eternity. Advancement in thaumaturgy costs you less experience, but Auspex has half the duration, and you may never raise dominate above 3. I would like to be checking out all the abilities, so maybe not. Affinity for magic. You always liked magical illusions and even performed some tricks yourself as a kid. Now you are amazed that magic is actually real. You can advance easier in thaumaturgy, on the other hand, you gain less experience for everything else. Generalissimo. Discipline and order, tactics and warfare. These are the reasons why you joined the army. Not only did you fit in perfectly, you excelled in the military. So with the priority order for your abilities to physical, mental, and social. I mean, I like physical, mental, and social. Wasn't it the same here? Social, physical, mental. That's the same, right? I don't get it. No. Social is then the most, then physical, then mental. And generalissimo, physical first, then mental, and then social. Well, basically, I don't want to go full on physical. Mental is probably what my character would be best in, but I also want to be good in social. Probably I don't change anything because then physical will be the lowest. Homosexual doesn't seem to me quite interesting. It doesn't give me any bonus. Maybe if we seduce male humans, that would work then, if I would want that. But it's nice to have that option for people who are actually homosexual and want to try that instead of the normal. I'm sorry, not the normal. That was not nice to say. I meant the straight option. Con artist, swap the priority order of your abilities to skills, talents, knowledges. Maybe that would be good. Highway drifter was melee, but everything else is not good. Eerie presence, that was not so good. Deceptive strength. Eldritch prodigy. Infernal. Okay, look, you know what? I'm going on con artist. Skills, talents, knowledges. Or, actually, I'm not sure. Can I not just select nothing? Actually, I can. Maybe I'll go for nothing just to see how it is, and then if I play it another time, I'll check one of the other ones. What was the old timer? I get scholarship. I don't know what scholarship is, so I really don't know what would help me. So I'm not going for any history, and we'll see what to do, and then we should be good. Sheet. I can go back. That's good. I can check now what all of these mean. Strength. Okay, I don't have to check all of it. What is the difference between manipulation and appearance? Measures your character's ability to exploit people and events. Is necessary for haggle feat. I need haggle for manipulation. Appearance indicates the physical attractiveness of your character. Appearance is the foundation of the seduction feat. I would like to go into that, but manipulation really not really. Perception, ranged combat. Right, we have firearms and melee in here. I think I'm going to go for firearms in this one. So perception might be good for that. Intelligence is for research. I see. So if I put attribute points, it helps me to get my abilities up as well. Intelligence, research, and intimidate feats. I'm not really going for intimidate, I think. Research. I don't see research anywhere. What is wits? Combat defense and hacking feats. I like that. Okay. Brawl. Okay, unarmed combat and easier to feed. Dodge is dodge, increases the combat defense. Intimidation is clear. Subterfuge measures your character's ability to conceal their motives and deceive others. Subterfuge is needed for the feat of seduction. Oh, yeah, I want to do that. Firearms as well, I want to go for that. Melee. Now I get it. I don't get any social points, apparently, but I get physical and mental points. And if I change it in my base, for the history, I can get social points if I want to, or mental points. That's the priority thing, I see. Skills, yeah. Security is lock picking. Stealth is crucial component of sneaking. I think sneaking is something I'm not doing in this one. I want to go guns blazing. Computer is knowledge, because I obviously have to, like, I don't know if I can go for everything, so I decide on things first. Computer is hacking. Finance is haggle. Well, not really needed, I think. And I don't know how expensive things will be here, but I guess we'll see. Investigation, inspection, scholarship, increase your research and persuasion feats, and is required to identify and activate rare artifacts. What is research? That's the thing. I'm not quite sure. If I put a point in here, I mean, I see. Something here goes up, I see as well. Persuasion is also meant with scholarship, I see. What do we have here? Disciplines, Auspex. Enhances your mental faculties and allows you to perceive the auras of those around you, as well as see better in darkness. All levels of Auspex cost 1 blood per activation. Auspex carries no risk of violating the Masquerade. Okay. Level 1 reveals the auras of the living and undead within the short distance, lasts 20 seconds per activation. Level 2 reveals lasts 20. Okay, I just wanted to know what date. I can hover over them. 28 seconds per activation. That's just giving me, like, okay. I can see people, not really something I think would be interesting. Dominates, powerful supernatural abilities. Each clan specializes. No, that's disciplines in general. Dominate. The superior strength of the vampiric mind allows your character to control the minds of weaker kind and even some kindred. Dominate effects are covert actions. They cannot be traced back to you and carry no risk of violating the Masquerade. Ooh, that's nice. But Blood 1. Target momentarily sinks into a deep trance for about 10 seconds. Taking any action against the target will wake them prematurely. 2. The effects wear off after about 15 seconds. Very nice. So if I put 1 extra, it will not end prematurely when I hit them, so to speak. 3. 20 seconds. Becoming completely incapacitated. Okay, fall asleep. And this one is to desperately attack anyone who means you harm for about 30 seconds. Oh, nice. Until it eventually dies of cardiac arrest, may have a lesser effect on supernaturals. And the last one, mass suicide. The target and any others nearby all suffer a fatal episode, may have a lesser effect on supernaturals. Oh wow, I want to go for this one. I want to put a lot of points and dominate. Thaumaturgy, that's the one my character is good in apparently. Blood magic. Vampire practitioners of thaumaturgy can bend blood to powerful and terrible ends. The effects are spectacular and obviously supernatural, and should not be used in safe areas, lest you risk violating the Masquerade. I see. 1 point. A projectile will strike your victim. If the victim lives, the bloodshot will return with stolen blood from your victim. Enemies are near your character will become violently ill, vomiting blood, damaging to both normal and supernatural foes. Blood shield. A shield of blood envelops the tremor, absorbing a portion of all damage inflicted. Blood shield will dissipate only after it has absorbed enough damage. The blood of the target will be drained and sent to you, then the victim dies. And 4. The target's blood is instantly heated to boiling, causing him to explode violently. Wow. Others nearby take blast damage from the explosion. I think I want to go for Dominate and Thaumaturgy, and I don't think I'll need Auspex. Nice. I think physical is usually needed for good, and social we can still go there in the future. Charisma and appearance. Mental, perception and wits might be good, but I would prefer to be social than mental. Physical. Did we have a history for that? Social, mental, physical. Social, physical, mental. Skills, talents, knowledges. What was that? Skills, talents, knowledges. I mean, that's the ones we have, right? That's the one we because I obviously did. Skills, talents, knowledges. For now, I would be good in knowledges. Well, I think skills is probably the thing I need most. Knowledges might also be needed. I'm not sure. Is scholarship any good? I guess we'll check it out. Investigation sounds interesting though as well. I don't think I need talents that much. If I can find something where talents is the last one, that would be nice. Presence, deceptive strength, eldritch prodigy. I know I'm taking a lot, but I usually take a lot in creating my character because I want them to be perfect. Infernal. I never raised Dominated above 3, that's the problem. If I would have Auspex completely off and on Thaumaturgy better would be great if Dominate wasn't involved in this. You can advance easier in Thaumaturgy, on the other hand you gain less experience for everything else. For everything else means not just the disciplines, I guess. Physical, mental and social. Yeah, I would like to have social on highest, apparently not possible. Here it is possible, but then mental is not great. Mental, I don't get any points in mental at all if I go like this. I don't know if I need. Perception is good for ranged combat as well. Yeah, definitely put a point in ranged combat. Skills, I think. No, I think I'm going for the one where skills is top. Yeah, I do it like this. It's probably the best. Okay, so attributes. I have one for physical. Strength is unarmed and melee. I go for dexterity, lock picking and sneaking. Unarmed and melee combat feats. I'm not doing any of those. I think I'll go for the pistol. Dexterity is not going to be good for ranged, yeah, because perception is that. Okay, and stamina. Overall toughness. Prevents damage from bullets, police patterns, and baseball bats. Increase soak bashing. I think I'll go for dexterity first to get my lock picking up. Social? Well, manipulation is haggle only, so who cares? Charisma is good for persuasion, and appearance is seduction. So let's go for charisma. I have 2 attribute points, right? Can I not? That's weird. Because I don't have any points for social at all. I was okay. Well, I put them in here, then in subterfuge and so on. Okay, if I can't put them in here yet, I'll do that later. So dexterity and mental, I'll go for perception. Intelligence does research and intimidate. I don't need intimidate. And one for wits for combat defense and hacking. Talents, I'll go for subterfuge and dodge, maybe, yeah. Combat defense. Skills, firearms for sure. Security for lockpicking. Stealth, I don't think so. Melee, not really. So I put one more in firearms to get an advantage on this one. Knowledges, I don't know, investigation computer to get hacking higher, or scholarship does persuasion. Alright then, persuasion. I didn't know that there's persuasion, but okay. Seduction and persuasion on 2, good for a start. I think I'll go for dominate so that I don't have the effect worn off by attacking them. Alright. Skip in, what does that mean? Ah, this controls skipping the intro scenes. I don't want to know. I don't want to skip it. Auto level is off, reset stats, except. I think we're good to go. I have put all my points in, except.
I want to show you something.
Holy hell, that was a surprise.
Good evening.
Apparently she
My
made us
fellow
a
kindred.
vampire.
My apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence. Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey.
Let me turn off the subtitles because that is bothering me a little bit. View subtitles. Alright. Sorry.
Therefore, I have decided that
This is bullshit! All I'm saying is that he better not do it.
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish. I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening. Your sire, tragic, my apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.